The infamous CJNG has struck once again. It has been reported that only 4 states remain free of the intensely expansionist criminal organization. Why is that? What does the CJNG plan? Find out all about it in this video. Welcome back to the channel. Our videos are guaranteed to keep you coming back for amazing content, so let's start with today's video. The Sinaloa Cartel, along with the Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación, who are notoriously known as the CJNG, are in increasing competition around the world. The innovative as well as the older Sinaloa Cartel has had much more established external relations and also has pioneered expansion into Asia Pacific. However, the CJNG is aggressively following suit. Meanwhile, all the changes in the Sinaloa leadership and 2 other crime market developments that have driven a far more provocative foreign policy by the infamous Sinaloa Cartel than it was the case until about 2015. Moreover, under the leadership of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman Loera, the Sinaloa Cartel in the 2000s began developing import as well as export networks in the Asia-Pacific region. The Sinaloa Cartel's entrance into Asia focused on securing the supply of meth precursors, for which the Sinaloa Cartel had begun liaising in Hong Kong with Chinese triads, which include the 2 largest, 14K as well as Sun Yi-on. They controlled meth production in southern China and had pretty easy access to precursors that the burgeoning Chinese pharmaceutical as well as chemical industries churned out. Sinaloa handed them contracts along with its footprint on the ground remained minimal. Now, only slowly did El Chapo start experimenting with the development of a cocaine market in Hong Kong as well as in China. Moreover, China's drug consumption was, and it continues to be, dominated by heroin supplied by Myanmar and meth. Until the year 2013, the triads organized meth cooking in southern China. After the time period from 2013 to 2014, the Chinese government crackdown, production had been relocated to Myanmar. However, at the same time, the triads retained control of meth trafficking throughout Asia Pacific. Now, with cocaine being far more expensive than meth or heroin, the cocaine market was limited to the very rich. The Chinese drug policy, as well as the police officials, would quietly tell me in China in 2012 and in 2013. And in attempting to build a cocaine market in China and Hong Kong, El Chapo was careful not to step on the toes of all the triads and instead to work through them. In a distant land of vastly different cultures as well as their language, the triads became an indispensable interface to consumers for the Sinaloa Cartel. But by 2021, the CJNG upped its competition with the Sinaloa Cartel around the globe, now also trying to enter the cocaine market in Hong Kong and organizing a rival supply to undercut Sinaloa. But by 2021, CJNG upped its competition with the Sinaloa Cartel around the globe, now also trying to enter the cocaine market in Hong Kong and organizing a rival supply to undercut Sinaloa. This CJNG's willingness to thrust its rivalry with Sinaloa into Asia was one of 3 developments that altered the careful, very cautious, and non-confrontational foreign policy the Sinaloa Cartel had initially adopted in the Asia-Pacific region. The second was the synthetic opioid tsunami beginning to hit the United States. Unlike the triad-dominated meth trafficking in Asia-Pacific, the supply of fentanyl and fentanyl precursors for the United States market became highly pluralized. Scores and scores of chemical producers and brokers, from mid-level chemical and pharmaceutical companies to newly emergent small family-based Chinese criminal groups and upstart operators, to mom-and-pop and sis-and-bro operations, which popped up around China. The range of precursor suppliers for the Sinaloa Cartel and CJNG grew far beyond the triads. As the 2020 Lethal Exchange report by the research group Center for Advanced Defense Studies, or the C4ADS, showed, various Chinese sellers of fentanyl precursors specifically would cater to Mexican clients in the criminal world, advertising in Spanish, bundling together ads for cocaine fillers and meth and fentanyl precursors, and emphasizing their ability to evade Mexican customs. According to a report by the U.S. Congressional Research Service, or the CRS, the CJNG operates in Mexico City along with 27 states and is the dominant criminal organization in 6 states. A map that was published in the report shows that Sinaloa, Sonora, Durango, and Chiapas are the only states where the CJNG does not have a presence. It also showed that the CJNG is the primary criminal force in its home state of Jalisco, as well as Mexico State, Nayarit, Colima, Guerrero, and Veracruz. Called the Mexico Organized Crime and Drug Trafficking Organizations report, the report said the CJNG is claimed to be an extremely powerful cartel with a reputation for extreme as well as intimidating violence. The Drug Enforcement Administration, or the DEA, considers the CJNG a top United States threat and Mexico's best armed criminal group, the CRS stated, noting that the U.S. authorities have offered a U.S. $10 million reward for information leading to the arrest of cartel leader Nemesio El Mencho Oseguera Cervantes, who has been believed to be hiding in the mountains of Jalisco, Michoacan, and also Colima. As recently informed by media reports, the CRS report acknowledged that, according to some analysts, the CJNG cartel has drug trafficking operations throughout the Americas, Asia, as well as Europe. The report said that the CJNG built its dominance internationally first by extending its presence through a rapid expansion inside all of Mexico. In the year 2016, many analysts maintained the CJNG controlled a territory equivalent to almost half of Mexico. Moreover, the group has battled Los Zetas and Gulf Cartel factions in Tabasco, Veracruz, Guanajuato, and the Sinaloa Cartel in the Baja Peninsula, as well as the Chihuahua. Moreover, the CJNG's ambitious expansion campaign was characterized by high levels of violence, particularly in Ciudad Juarez and also Tijuana. Furthermore, the CRS also stated that the CJNG has consolidated important components of the global narcotics supply chain and through its battle to dominate key ports on both the Pacific and Gulf coasts. The report also stated that, in particular, the CJNG maintains reported control over the ports of Veracruz, Manzanillo, and also Lázaro Cárdenas, which has given the group access to precursor chemicals which flow into Mexico from China and other parts of Latin America. According to some analysts, as a result, the CJNG cartel has pursued an aggressive growth strategy that was underwritten by the U.S. demand for Mexican methamphetamine, heroin, and fentanyl. Now, despite leadership losses, the CJNG cartel has extended its geographic reach and maintained its own cohesion while exploiting the infighting between factions of the Sinaloa organization. The CRS has also described the cartel as intensively expansionist and even acknowledged its willingness to attack government officials such as the Mexico City Police Chief Omar Garcia Harfuch. Moreover, the report also profiled 8 other major Mexican criminal groups, including the Sinaloa Cartel, the Gulf Cartel, and La Familia Michoacana. And once headed by imprisoned drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the Sinaloa Cartel is the Mexican criminal organization with the largest international footprint, as stated by the CRS. Its report is cited as the DEA estimated that the cartel was active in 15 of 32 Mexican entities in 2020, and they've noted that its leaders have easily corrupted public officials from the local to the national level. Moreover, the report also stated that many lawmakers in the current U.S. Congress are concerned about cartel-related violence in Mexico as well as its impact on border security. The report also stated that some members have evaluated the amounts and effectiveness of U.S. counter-narcotics and security assistance to Mexico and assessed the overall U.S.-Mexico security relationship. Additional concerns focus on how cartel-related violence has imperiled some illicit economic sectors, negatively affected U.S.-Mexico trade, as well as contributed to the internal displacement and out-migration of Mexican citizens. Congress has engaged regularly with these issues, holding hearings, appropriating funds to support Mexico's anti-crime efforts, as well as issuing directives and reporting requirements to U.S. agencies. Well guys, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed today's video and found it interesting, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be always up to date with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching, see you again soon in another video.